say that one of my main musical inspirations when it comes to music in general, even for myself, would be Taylor Swift, of course. As you can see, I am wearing a Taylor Swift inspired outfit. But I think I really channeled into really strong, empowered female pop icons or even rock icons. So I was listening to artists like Avril Lavigne, Olivia Rodrigo, Maisie Peters, who's an up-and-coming British singer-songwriter, and just all these women who have something to say with their music, and which is something that I resonate with my own music as well. And so I think that's really what I wanted to channel in with Zoe's drive and passion when it comes to anything, and of course her dreams.
Okay, any of the cast?
Sige, I'll answer. I don't have a specific musician that I gained inspiration from, pero I gained inspiration from a lot of rockers. And another good thing about on set is whenever it's break time, si Direct Gina would always leave his laptop to make me watch movies, mga coming of age movies specifically, mga early 2000 stuff. I try to gain inspiration from that, and I gain inspiration from your typical rockers like Rolling Stones and stuff like that. And parang I kind of manifested it pretty well naman. No? So yun. It's a little hard to answer a specific musician, pero I would say it's like a punch. And I just combine everyone with it.
Zach here is the biggest movie buff here. He watches my laptop. Nakatutok lang siya. And pinapanood namin sa kanya mga Tagalog movies like Trip, Jologs. So maahanap yun sa iWant.
Actually, I appreciate that na direct. Kasi parang, when I watch those coming of age movies, before my take or before my scene, I have that inspiration. And I told Direct Gino about that specifically, and it works. I really carry the character of Sander. So, yeah.
Anyone else?
Anyone else who'd like to share your musical inspiration? Si Pana siguro.
Ako naman po, inspiration ko, just like what Jayda and said, nakikinig po ako sa maraming artist. And siguro yung inspiration ko, parents ko po. Kasi yung parents ko, tumugtog sila sa isang band. So, tinuturuan nila ako. And, ayun po, sila po yung inspiration ko siguro. Yeah.
Actually, I also have one. My inspiration would have to be, she's not very famous here, but her name is Upsong. And the way that she writes, she has a very I don't give a F attitude about everything. And having to be Zoe's friend in this, diba? We have to be very strong and like energetic and very opinionated women, to carry the band. So I try to channel her when I channel Ayumi.
Alright, okay, thank you. And that makes it more exciting for us to watch how these inspirations translate on screen. And my last question would be, in relation to the whole storyline of the series, what was the hardest personal challenge that you had to face as a teen or as a young adult, and how did you overcome it?
Miss you. Ang Miss Universe yung tanong eh.
Who would like to start?
Go Marcus.
I mean, the hardest, as a teen, as a teen or young adult, here, well, I've been writing songs, singing songs and writing since 5 years ago. I think I started here. But one thing I never really got over was performing live. That's always been a fear of mine. And what I'm excited for you guys to see is that I'm actually going to be putting myself out there in this show. I know it's taping and stuff, but still, that's probably my biggest fear that I'm going to overcome throughout this show. Performing live and even public speaking. Nabubulog na ako minsan sa mga press ko, pero it's a big thing of mine, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Ako po, I think yung biggest challenge ko as a teen or kahit as a child before, I've always been away from my family. Like, we all don't live together, As a kid, I never really got to live with my dad. It was always just me and my mom, sister. And it was never easy just being away from family all the time. That's why I really cherish the moments when I get to see them, because I don't get to see them that much. Lalo na yung tatay ko at yung kuya ko. So, probably one of the biggest challenges for me as a teen.
I'd like to follow up Kobie's answer. As a former teen, no, since I'm like 23, I would say the most challenging part is independency. I would like to say na sobrang overwhelming yung adult life. And I felt it. It's a weird experience. Parang when I turned 20, 21, when I started making my own money, parang shocks, it's like I'm working. Parang I remember as a child, I would always think of my adult self and I'll be like, I'm gonna I'll do good and stuff like that. But when I turned when I turned 20, I was like, okay, wait lang. This is a little bit overwhelming. Parang new territories, it's not my comfort zone. Pero you get that satisfying feeling once you overcome that. Like, for example, social anxiety, usually when you're young, parang you tend to be scared to talk in front of people. Those little steps lang of you overcoming it really motivates me to work harder and become a better person as well. So, yan. And Bianca?
I'd like to add lang sa sinabi ni Zach about independency. I think habang tumatanda tayo as teenagers, diba? Parang you really have to acknowledge na hindi na tayo bata. We have to stand on our own feet. Our parents won't be here forever and we have to find our place in this world. So, I think hindi naiintindihan ng iba is that we are in a constant search of filling a certain void in our hearts. So, yun for me yung mahirap is that ano bang purpose natin? Are we happy? Are we... Parang alam mo yung ganong feeling. But like, I'm over that na. Okay na. Masaya po ako as in sobra. Ayun.
Yung existential crisis na nagkakaroon.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't you think that's an advantage? Like kasi diba some other kids or teens na hirapan silang kumawala sa parents na nakakasakal ganyan. Di ba yung having given independence at a young age, so di ba mas parang masaya?
Oh, tsaka I think it's a cultural thing as a Filipino, no? Parang we tend to stay with our families a lot longer than the people from the West, in the States. Kasi usually, people in the West, they start working mga 16 years old, 15 years old. But I'm not assuming na most young Filipinos are like that. Kasi I know I have a lot of friends that work at a very young age and I really respect them for that. And yun, I think that's an advice for everyone, for all the Gen Zers, is to parang try to find work, try to be independent at an early age kasi you're not gonna regret it. By the time you're 20, you're gonna be like, I'm okay. I mean, I already started working at 16 or 15 or 17, whatever. And you're gonna be fine. Parang, you'll be great. You'll do good.
I love that. Being independent and finding yourself and going outside of your comfort zone to experience new things. So I think that's something, kita mo natin yung layers sa mga characters na yung mga
Yes, talaga direct. Iba-iba.
Yeah, very exciting.
Sobrang insightful. Can I have one more question?
Sure.